Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies with ColoradoRangeman.com. Here I am with Conagher, our Salt Wells Gelding. We've had him here now about, I guess going on about a week and a half. My initial plan here was to show you this really cool video of how I'm working really hard to desensitize this horse with tarps and bridges and barrels to jump and things like that. But I guess as you can see in the background, he's kind of doing all the work himself here. He's just proving to be a wonderful guy. I put his third ride on yesterday. That was a little challenging. I had some young men across the road over here that were target practicing with rifles for about 2.5 hours. It did get him on edge. I went ahead and rode him anyways just to kind of see where he'd be at, and he got a little stupid. He bucked, he tried losing it and bucking about 3 times. Luckily he's got a big lumbering buck and I was able to pull his head up out of it. So we still ended up doing pretty good. But I introduced the bridge to him for the first time yesterday, and he overcame it. At first it was a scary object. You know, so today I've thrown some barrels in for him to jump and a cavaletti, and I just threw the tarp in here for him to look at, and he's over there playing with it. So I think from this point I'm just going to work him a little bit with these things and see how he does. I've already round pinned him a little bit, and he's just going over the objects all himself. He's such an interesting character. But I'm going to come over here and just see how he does with this tarp. So he's not really that worried about this. He says, "Oh, that's a little scary." I ask him to come to me. Step over the barrels. You see, that's not too much of a challenge. Let's see if he'll come back out to me out here. Good boy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a halter on him. I see that, okay, it might be a little overwhelming just to introduce the tarp like this. So I'm going to put a halter on him real quick, and then we'll start over. I always like to start off, I start off a lot, and I've already done it with a plastic grocery bag, just rubbing him all over so he's not scared of the bag. But I'm going to ask him to come out here, and I'm going to turn this blue tarp. I'm just going to introduce it to him, let him smell it. He's already played with it while it was on the ground. He's very curious. His favorite toy in his paddock was the water tub. I had about a 35-gallon water tub in there that he was able to pick up by the handles full of water and dump it out every day about 4 or 5 times. So that was a big game to him. So I put a 100-gallon tank in there to get that over with. He was making a mess. So he's just a very playful horse, very curious horse. And so I let that kind of work in my favor with a lot of this stuff. Let him kind of overcome these things on his own. So I'm just going to kind of rub him here. Bring him out here a little bit more. Just let him smell that. Just rub him a little bit. Once this horse figures out that these things don't hurt him, he really overcomes things quickly. And he'll actually start playing with these items. Like when I turned him loose in here this evening, he wouldn't stop going over the bridge by himself. He said that was fun stuff. Yes, I know. You know, these guys never cease to amaze me. I know domestic horses that won't step on the tarp the first time you ask them to and walk on it and turn around. Good boy. says, I ain't got no problem with this stuff. Good boy. Good boy. Now that's one thing I do notice with him. He does have a little problem sometime if he sets his feet getting off the pressure, and I'm working on that with him. So we'll take that as it comes. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do now for my big finale for an obstacle day, and really it's been about an obstacle hour, so I'm going to turn him loose and let him have a little fun with these obstacles, and I'll film him from the center and just let you see how his curiosity is kind of taken over and what he's able to do. So stay tuned, I'll be right back with you. Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies with Colorado Rangeman. I am here with Conagher. The first part of this video that you're going to have seen was where I was introducing him to quite a few of my obstacles, and then I must have run into camera problems or ran out of light, because the last part of the video where I was showing him just moving around really didn't come out very good. So I've set him up again and I'm going to move him around. He is just proving to be such a great horse. Overcomes obstacles, just overcomes everything. We had a nice thunderstorm roll through here this afternoon in Colorado, and it was pretty muddy, and he decided to roll, and so I got the hose out and just hosed him down like it wasn't nothing. He just stands there and looks at me like he's done it his whole life. A new little thing I'm doing today is I have this sweet iron Lewis ring snaffle bit in his mouth for the first time, and I had a draft cross kind of warm blood head stall I put on him. I think it's going to be just a hair big, and I've got a 6-inch bit in his mouth, and you know it's probably going to be a little large for him too, but it's good enough just to pack around for the first time. I'm probably not going to ride him with this today. I want him to kind of get used to it. The nice thing is, boy, if I put any pressure on that, he just comes with it, which I want him to be super light, and that's going to happen as I work with him. So what I'm going to do is keep his mind off that bit and work him over the obstacles that he knows. And then I'm going to introduce him to a new obstacle today, and that's my little car wash tarp that I'll set up. But first I just want to see how he's going to do. I've actually got to hold him over here with me because he wanted to eat the camera. He just comes over and wants to play with everything. As you see, he's pretty much a big goof, and he'll hold your lead rope for you and stuff like that. I really don't want to encourage that much. Yes, you can let go. I actually think he's teething, but Conagher just going to be the greatest horse. Super sweet horse. He is going to be perfect for Pat Holmgren, his adopter. So I'm going to get him set up. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing the filming of this today, so I'll apologize in advance for any jiggliness. So here we are, we got Conagher, we've got our bridge over here, we've got just a cavaletti set up, then we've got a big barrel and 2 smaller barrels laid down as a jump, and then we've got the dreaded blue tarp. So now I'm just going to move old Conagher around a little bit. As you can see, he's terribly afraid of the cavaletti. I'm going to ask him to jump that and over the tarp, and he faded on the bridge. So I'm going to enforce that next time. Good boy. I'm going to come over here and support him. You got 1 foot. He's got a nice little jump to him. So I'm going to enforce that bridge. I'm going to slow him down. Good boy. I'm going to ask him to just slow down. Good boy. Whoop. Nice jump. Let's just see if we can help him over this bridge a little bit. Good boy. Very good. He says that's not very challenging there anymore. Very good, young man. He's going, that's too low. He likes some tall jumps, I'll tell you. Good boy. Ah, he faded on me. So I'm going to slow him down right here. I'm going to ask him to move this shoulder. Ask him to move this shoulder. Good boy. And I'm going to see if I can't slow him down here. I'm just going to cut off this arena here. I'm going to send him back across this bridge in a nice slow manner. Now I'm going to block him here. I want him to understand that that bridge can be gone over nice and slow like that. Good boy. Good boy. Now I've done all this on a lead rope, which is all well and good, but I like them to make up their mind about it on their own. I'm going to raise my energy right here, get him to step over. Good boy. I'm going to exhale right here. Not too worried about that tarp. In fact, he'll just paw it to death. Let's go. Asking him to move. I want to take this one step at a time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That was what I was looking for. Very good, young man. He's learning to pick up his feet and pick up a stick. Alright, I'm going to send him the other way. I'm going to get my barrel set back up. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to come over and ask him to go this other way. Come on, young man. Now let's try to get him to take it easy over this bridge this way. He's a little better over this bridge going in this direction. Oh, he cheated halfway. Back over that scary tarp that he doesn't care about. Pick up his pace a little bit. And up over the jump. Good boy, over the cavaletti. Up, he cheated on the bridge. We'll get it next time. Scary tarp. Over the jump. Over the cavaletti. Let's get him over the bridge. There we go. Good boy. Okay, so this is getting to be a little boring now. Remember, this horse has been here just over 3 weeks. He's had 4 or 5 rides on him now. We've been doing a lot of desensitizing. Just working on him. I'm going to see how he'll overcome this next obstacle because it's a lot scarier. And I've got another obstacle that we'll do another time, about a 5-6 foot tall red ball. I always love to see how they react with that. So I'll be right back after I set up the new obstacle. Stay tuned. So ladies and gentlemen, I've got my car wash tarp obstacle set up. And as you can see over here, that's a pretty scary obstacle. And you know, a lot of horses have a little hard time overcoming it. So we're out here with a slight breeze blowing, so you know that thing's flapping in the wind a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is just take him over and introduce him. I put him back on my halter. Now I've got quite a bit of trust built up with this horse. He knows I've never hurt him, and I'm going to see how far that trust takes me today. So let's just see how he does. I can tie the strands back and have it open and work him from there, but I'd like to see how he does just with it the way it is. So I'm going to ask him to move his shoulder here. I'm going to bring him over. I'm just going to introduce him. So I'm going to let him see it. I'm going to walk up here. And his curiosity is usually just so powerful. I'm going to let him take his time, but I'm going to ask him to come a little bit. I'm going to reach in here and play with it. And if I can play with it, he probably thinks, oh, that's not too scary. Good boy. I'm going to come over here and rub him with my stick. Oh, you're so worried. Let's bring him up here. Now he tried to run over me, but he came close. That's good. I'm going to ask him to come up here. Now I can go get my barrels. Let's see what he does here. Besides run me over. Which I'm going to keep my feet out of the way. Let's see how he feels this way. Let him get a good look at it this way. And that's a lot for him to overcome. Let's see if he'll go over this cavaletti. I'm going to close the door right there. So curious, I want to see if his curiosity will overcome him. Good boy. Good boy. Now watch the natural curiosity of this Mustang. I don't have to force him through there. He'll go through on his own. Oh my goodness. Come here, young man. Come here. I don't have to force them through these things. The natural curiosity of this horse just overcomes him so much. He just has to inspect. And he went right through that scary obstacle like it wasn't even there. What? 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes at the most. Let's see how he does that again. Good boy. He just figured out that wasn't too scary. Good boy. I'm going to rub him again there. So he's not too terribly worried. And it kind of held itself back there, so it made it a little less scary for him, which is good this way. Just turn that lead rope loose. I'm going to, well, he needs to quit running over this bridge this way. I'm going to ask him to come over this way. He gets a little pushy right here. I'm going to ask him to slow down. And he said, no, I don't want to slow down. I'm going to get him to slow down over here on the bridge before I even worry about that tarp. A little better, but not quite good enough. Very good. Now I'm just going to continue on. And I went through there too. I ask him to come back through. I'm going to get him to where this doesn't bother him whatsoever. Good boy. Now he's kind of been cheating on me here, so I'm going to make this a little more difficult. because he's too good, and anything too easy is cheating. Just like he's done it his whole life. Just like he's done it his whole life. Now I'm going to ask him to walk through on this right side. Because this right side or left side of his body is a little spookier than the right. There you go. Good boy. Now, I can't ask for much better than that, to tell you the truth. I really can't. But I will. Because I'm a glutton for punishment and he's just a glutton. So I'm going to take this off, the halter, and I'm going to see if he'll do this all on his own, because I think he will. So I'm going to get set back up real quick and film this from the center and just see where he does. So stay tuned. Now I'm going to ask him to do the same thing he was doing before. Go over the tarp, go over the bridge, up, and he missed. So let's get him going here. Up, he wants to go this way. Let's get him through there. No. Let's see if he'll do it on his own. Yep. So if he only goes through that, I'm going to send him the other way here. I'm going to block him. Block him. Really don't want him getting used to turning that butt towards me, but for the sake of this, I will this time. Now I'm going to push him over there and just go through there like nothing. Let's see if he'll calm down and do it. He said a U-turn was in order. Let's see if we can get him to calm down through it all. He said nope. Nice jump. Still hurrying through there, but he's going through. Now I'd like him to walk. So I'm going to take it out on this tarp. Come on, Junior. Let's go through there. Come on. That's how I like him to turn into me. I'll block him here. Let's ask him to just gently go through here. Wind's blowing a little bit. Not too scary. Oh, he cheated a little bit there. Let's see if I can block him over here. Ask him to go through again. Good boy. Just push him around. Come on. You don't get to do that. Just like he's done it his whole life. So for his first, I don't want him refusing that. So his first time on the blue tarp, that's pretty magnificent. So ladies and gentlemen, this is probably, I may do one more thing. Like I said, I'm always a glutton for punishment, and I want to see, he's jumping so well. I want to see what he's going to do. I've got a few more of these small barrels that I'd like to set up and just see how much of a jumper he is. If he makes it, great. If not, I'll just set him back up and have him jump what he's doing. But stay tuned, I'll be right back to you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for Conagher's big finale today, I've taken out all the other obstacles and given him plenty of room. I want to pick him up at a canter and just see if he's going to be willing to jump these barrels. And they're about 3 feet, 2.5, you know, close to, I'd actually say they're about 3 foot tall barrels. So I put 4 of the small ones across with the big one. So I'm going to come over here and ask him to move off and just pick him up. Let's just see what happens. If he does it, great. If not, that's fine too. Good try. Now, I'm not truly looking for him to succeed this per se. I'm looking for him to try. And he didn't hesitate. He didn't think like, oh my God, what are you trying to make me do? He just said, I'm going to go for it. If I crash him, I crash him. So that's what I'm looking for in his mind. So this time I'm going to get him moving. I'm going to let him come inside. No, don't crash through him. Let's send him the other way. No, no, no. Let's get him going the other way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good boy. He's very proud of himself right now, aren't you? He says, I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to come up here and stand in front of the camera. Good boy. This horse has all the try in the world. Let's go this way. You can't ask for a prettier jump than that. Well, that was ugly, but what a nice one. He didn't have the angle on that one. All right, Junior. I'm going to let him get set up properly because he didn't have the angle on that one. Beautiful. He jumped a little early, but that's good enough for me for today. My God, 3 weeks in here. This last week was a little easy. We had a day or so of rain, and this weekend I was off at a clinic with multi-world champion ranch versatility clinician Mike Major, kind of honing my skills. If you ever get to ride with Mike, I suggest you do. Is a master of collection, and so old Conagher didn't get worked by me this weekend. I have one of my helpers round penning, but he hasn't lost a stride. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to continue to see this horse just do wonderful things. I'll be riding him over these obstacles probably the next ride or two, and what a good boy he is. So I couldn't be happier. So stay tuned.